What is that power that makes us be so concerned with that which is not real? Oh my goodness. And that power that makes us concerned isn't real either. What's the matter when you know all of this is just appearances in your mind and in everybody else's mind? Well, you can say, well, I don't care anymore. But then you go somewhere or someone comes to you, and when you don't care anymore, the others still care. They say, look at her. And so you still care. That's something, it makes you weak, or it makes you blown up like greed, but the wrong greed, the greed ego. The one is ruling over the other, and the other's kind of ego is crawling in for the other's brutal power. Why do we care? Both of it, it's not true. It's not real, it's not true. All this mind stuff. Why do we still care about the mind when we know, not with our mind, but we know it with our soul, the inner spirit? We know all of this is not true, not even your existence as a body and the mind, not even, this is not even true. Nothing is real. Why care? Now you feel freedom. At least I feel the freedom coming up, yes. It has to break through every time again and again. Although we really know none of this is true, it plays its role. And we are so used to believe it. But now, no more. Stop. You have to be strong to not listen to the mind. And then you can enjoy what it is. Enjoy it. It's done. You can do it. It's already done, but you don't know it yet. Believe the real side. The real, it's not a side. Believe the reality. And not this stupid little mind. Let it be. It's okay. Don't mention, don't give it attention. You can know very well the mind is not true and still you believe it. It has to be weakened, this power of belief in the wrong side. Because in your life you had to deal with the egos around you. And I must say, in my life, I had a lot of big, great egos overwhelming me. So because I am not very aggressive, I just, I don't do it good. I will do it as he wants it, as she likes it. And then the people still, that's the lesson for you, they still keep on hurting you. And you shrink under that power because you cannot defend yourself when you are a child or when you are not have you not learned to stand up for yourself. And that's the lesson. One moment it's enough. Then you start have a big mouth to the other. That's not the best reaction. Or you start to understand this is just a play. And I have to be strong in myself for my reality. I am not that weak person or that strong person with a big mouth, or I am neither that. And the other isn't that either. The one that makes you feel not worthy enough. The other is not real neither. It's the great play of the totality of consciousness. And when you have a big ego, you learn to be little. And when you crawl inside for the other, then you learn to stand up in your rights. Everybody has the rights to be here, because everybody has to follow the way of the play of the consciousness to become free of it. Free of a big mouth and free of the not good enough. And it takes a time, because you were very much in all your life you were hurt, and it's the old feelings that still are there. Although you know it's not true, the feelings softly have to merge in knowingness, in nothingness. And that's why we are born, to become what we are, free, and not depending on the mind of somebody else or even your own mind, because both are put together to play the role, to take each other's power off, to let it disappear in each other. The strong one as well as the weak one, they meet and they will play itself out. Then you feel the real freedom inside. That's what you are. Not this, not the mind, not even the body, but this reality, this knowingness. Blissful, blissful, blissful. It is really the play of consciousness, because when you are troubled by the opinion of others, you can be in your mind, you can say, okay, it's not real, I will not listen anymore. But the other, they have other things in their mind, and then all of a sudden, or suddenly, you start to see that their mind is also in your mind. There are no others. They are not really there. You are not really there. It is just the story of the energy of the mind that wants to be free from all limitations. So it makes up a story for being not good enough, and another one coming to suppress you, to make you even worth less good. And then you know it's a play for being free, that you meet the other force, the power that suppresses you, but it is in your own mind. The others are also in your mind. It is all in your own imagination. There is only one mind playing all the roles in itself. And you think you are a part of it, and the others are other parts of it, but it's the same mind. There's only one being, and the being plays a lot of roles, but it is the same being. And then you can get out of your role, of the part that you play, because you know the others is also a part that you play. You play both sides, the suppressed one and the suppressing one, or the other way around. Doesn't matter where your energy is, that's what counts. And when you had a life with people with big egos around you, then you don't dare to come up. And then that's the role that you play in yourself. Now you can say, well, I will play the role of big ego and suppress the others. That's also in your own mind, but it doesn't feel good, so that won't happen. Maybe it happened before, that you were the big mouth in another life, and now because you accept the role of being suppressed, it is finished, it is cleaned. There's no more big and small. It is now in balance, because you understand you play all the roles. You are played and you play. Well, that's the enlightenment. To see through all and stay and be what you really are, the one seeing it, the witness or the self or God, or that love inside you that makes you understand you are good. There's nothing wrong. That love, that's what you are. Be blessed. More and more you start to realize that everything takes place in your consciousness, in the mind. The mind is the play of consciousness, and it goes from ignorance to understanding to realizing to enlightenment, realization of the true self. And it has made up a fantasy story, a dream story, that it is divided in billions of forms, and we think, every person thinks he is one of all those forms, and all the other forms are other, different over there. But when you realize that you meet always that energy that triggers you and hurts you to make you see the reality of yourself, then it is not some negative energy. On the contrary, you feel it as negative, but it enlightens you to the real self inside. You understand that the power that suppresses you and hurts you is in yourself. There are all powers work inside this one mind, the big, great spirit. And you think you are just one little part of it, but you are this great spirit yourself, this mind, the mind of God. And in the mind of God, there is all kinds of things going on. And then you see that it is in your own mind that all the negative and the positive are working together to get find the balance, the center of from where this all arises. But because you have lived long lives, so many things happened that you didn't know and understand, that in those lives you have hurt others. You thought there were others, you were there, and all the others were different, and you hurt others and others hurt you, and there's so much going on in all those lives, and then you die, and there's this feeling of not being free. So this energy that you are, the soul, makes another body to go on and to continue the journey, but you still think you are separated from all the others. That's continuing many, many, many lives. And then finally something breaks open and you start to see that you hurt others, so then the others come on your path, so you can cleanse the karma that you had. So for instance, I think of my husband. He was very rough to me, but it seems that I had karma with him, so probably I was not so nice to him. So it's just all the energy going on in your mind. You clean by understanding and by paying the debt that you have in the practical daily life, in your imagination. But you feel it as real. So you have to cleanse up, and then there's this understanding that it is not the other one that hurts you, but it is the energy in you yourself. It's the duality of the mind. And that still is also always in the person in daily life. It's the energy in you that is both positive and both negative. And you start to understand not to pay attention to that negative ego power, because it's something you keep up yourself by feeding it. Not that you are a negative person, but maybe you're afraid, or you don't like to be, so you walk away from it, or whatever can happen. You want to be happy. That's normal. Everybody wants to be happy, but the other side is there also. And then there you start to understand it's both inside this mind, but this mind is not even my mind as the person I think I am. It is the mind of God, the great wholeness, who went into incarnation and creation to discover this wholeness. And that's what is happening now inside you. When you see that no one else hurts you but your own self, the own ego self in you that didn't understand. It's not about hurting you, but it's making you see the reality of what you are. That's duality is gone. There is no more good or bad in you. It's just finished. You are what is the reality, and you are the witness of all those forms that were in creation to make you understand that it was your own form. And now you reached the God who created all this. And nobody can hurt you anymore because there are no more other persons in your mind anymore. You yourself reached the greatness of the self-being. And that's why this all happened. This was played. The play was played to discover the one being that you are. And first you think, I am afraid the world is so big and they hurt me and I crawl away, or you think, I will show them. But there is no them. There is no other. It is all deep inside it is. It's really, in reality, it's from the heart that the energy flows up. And in the mind it is divided. But now you know that it's both. The two powers are inside yourself and not in the outer world. That's happiness. That's the good God inside. realization, it means that you have discovered and experienced what you in reality are. That you are not this person which lives in duality, but that you are that what is seeing all this. So the real existence. While you are realized being, you still are in this form, and you are willing to go through all that passes. And there can be still emotions, but it doesn't matter. You are willing to go through all that. That's the realization of the self while you are still here. And after that is more a vision of what you in reality are. It grows, it opens up, and then you are enlightened. There is enlightenment. In enlightenment there is no person, and in enlightenment there still can be the experience of the things happening in the daily life, because you have not left your form. You still you are still in this form, but there is no personal idea no more. So you are in an enlightenment, aware of what's going on, and you experience it, but there are no more emotions. So you are not shaken anymore by the things that happen. You just accept, and you realize what comes will pass, and you will be eternal being. That's the God. In reality, that God inside you, what you are, is nothingness. It is not a thing. It is not dual, one side and other side. It's not even found its balance, because then still there should be a person, but you are really out of that. You left all of that behind, although there is this human form still so-called on the earth and doing the things, but no more fear, no more hesitation, no more emotions. And when you are realized, it is one step before that, you are ready to go on with what happens, but you are willing, but there can be still a bit of emotions, like, oh, I don't want it, or I am afraid, I'm nervous, or I would like to. But that's not an egoistic state of mind. It's just beingness. There are two sorts. Realization can be with emotions, and enlightenment, no more emotions, only the witness. And witness is not a person, although it is in this person. That's what you really are. Okay, be good, be good.